Yeah.
So we are going to start in a minute from now. You want to start?
No. Shall we start now?
I think we can start. Yeah, we start the opening. This is the grand opening of LICS 2020 and ICALP 2020. Welcome everyone. I give the floor to Li Zhang and Xiaotui Deng for some words.
Hello everyone. So it is my great pleasure to open the opening ceremony. So I'm Li Zhang. I'm from Institute of Software, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and the conference chair for LICS 2020.
Yes, it should work now somehow. Yeah.
Okay. So as you know, originally, LICS and ICAP were planned in Beijing. So we appreciate the trust of the community, and we had the intention to make this a great event. So yes, we started the hard work to prepare for the event more than a year ago, and but later due to the virus, so it is moved to Saarbrücken. So I see recently how much work Holger has been done with his team, and on behalf of the community, I would say thousand thanks.
Okay. This comes a bit early, I think.
Yeah, but to you. And I hope to see you in Beijing later after the virus. Now, please let me to give the floor to ICAP conference co-chair, Xiaotie. Please.
Yeah. Can we turn the page? Yeah, this is where Beijing is, and supposedly you will be here if things went well. But I hope you can come back if you, in the future to so that we can have this opportunity to welcome you to China. This is the no-name lake, the most famous name lake in Beijing University. Welcome next time. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, what can I say? So when we were approached to organize it in Saarbrücken, this was a thought that was thought by a number of people that I will mention soon. We were not super glad that we took it away from Beijing, but at the end we decided to do it, to go for it. And let me basically tell my part of the story. So yeah, I'm Holger Hermanns. I'm the conference chair of the two conferences, together with Xiaotie and with Li Jun. And I will tell you a bit about what will happen, so to speak. Let me first mention that we are here in Saarbrücken, even though you are not. Well, Li Jun is. We are here in Saarbrücken on a campus that is the joint campus of a number of institutes in computer science, including the Max Planck Institute for Informatics, the Max Planck Institute for Software Systems, Saarland University, and several other institutes working on AI and on security. And this is a joint effort to actually do this event, even though you don't see much of it. We have sponsors. Of course, we have ACM SIGLOC, IEEE, Computer Society, and EATCS sponsoring the event. We have the Institute of Software, Chinese Academy of Sciences sponsoring the event. And one of the major workforce is the Center for Perspicuous Computing that is helping us a lot in the organization, actually. So here is one picture how the campus would look like if you were there. So here you see the two Max Planck Institutes and Saarland University next to it. And well, it's unfortunate that you cannot see it, but I hope we all hope that you will have the chance to visit this place. Yeah, there should be enough opportunities later. Now, I must do that. I will not take a lot of time, but I must thank a number of people that have actually been extremely instrumental in getting this all done. First and foremost, this is Christina Scherbaum and Sabine Nermerich, who have handled a lot of the work. Then I want to mention as those that are actually the masterminds behind this. This is Daniel Marx, Kurt Mehlhorn, and Joël Ouagnin from our community, who have been together pushing for this event to happen. First, of course, physically, then later virtually. Furthermore, let me say that this is a global team play. So this is not only people in Saarbrücken. This is Xiaoti Deng, Li Junzhang, and Frédéric Blanqui, who has been the workshop chair, who have been very helpful. And then there is a team that has actually been meeting quite a lot. These are the program committee chairs of LICS and ICALP and the steering committee chairs of LICS and ICALP in alphabetic order here. We have been meeting a lot, and we have actually much more than I think everyone thought would be needed in order to, because I mean, in the beginning we thought we know how to brew coffee, we know how to connect laptops to projection units, so we know how to have a conference. But of course we had to invent a lot of things, and this needed a lot of discussion. And I'm very grateful to the people on this slide for the work put into this. I'm not sure how it works out, but at least we have tried quite a bit. Then for the local team, let me say that this list continues. So we have Markus Bläser, Karl Brinkmann, Sven Jakobs, Andreas Karrenbauer, Marvin Künnemann, Christoph Lenzen, Hupak Majumdar, Tobias Mömke playing roles here in the background quite a bit. And then there is a team of actually PhD students who are doing, or postdocs that are doing work here in the sessions. Sebastian Biewer, Felix Freiberger, David Janssen, Michaela Klauk, Maximilian Köhl, Jill Nies, Florian Schiesel, Gregory Stock, who are basically the backbone of the whole infrastructure. And they have been spending quite some energy on this. So let's see whether this pays off. We don't know yet. Now, some statistics. We are currently in the order of 1,200 registrations. But you know, the registration is very easy. You just fill in a form and you're registered, right? Because you can register for free. So 1,200 registrations, very roughly, out of which, here you see the statistics, a bit more than half is from the ICALP side, and a bit less than half is from the LICS side. And only a small fraction is paid registrations. These are mainly the authors. But that's how it is, I guess. I mean, the numbers are high, but I guess realistically, they are a bit too high because it's so easy to register, right? So then what you may also want to know is where do they come from, the people that registered? So here is the split over countries. So half of the people come from Germany, US, UK, France. And the other half comes from many other places. So the 11% other are every country with below 1%, so to speak. And unknown 2% is because many of you have used Gmail addresses, and then it was difficult to find out what is behind this sometimes, basically, because we only had the university and the Gmail address, right? But we tried to resolve this. So, but you see how this is. Yeah, I let you look at this. A bit. I should say that in Slack we currently have about 500, I think, or 440. I don't know yet precisely. People registered, and we hope that Slack is being used for asynchronous discussion. Right. So, I invite questions, but please, someone should tell me that there are questions, then I'm happy to take them. The structure, I guess you have seen by now. There are a number of invited talks. We have already seen a very, very beautiful invited talk. There is a second one today by Virginia Wasilewska-Williams. And then you see the program. I will not spell this out today. Here. Let me flag you the social meeting. The social meeting takes place this evening. This will be in Zoom. There's a Zoom link, and then we will do some discussion there. We will split in smaller groups and we will have some discussion. And this will be partly be organized and partly it will be chaos, so to speak. Then, sorry. Yeah, the main body of the whole event will be question and answer sessions. You know, I guess that we have collected videos of all presentations up front. They are put on YouTube and you have been asked to watch them beforehand so that mandatory screen time is reduced. And still we have synchronous possibilities for discussions in Q&A session. The first one is coming up basically in something like 40 minutes, right? Good. So summary, we have contributed videos in YouTube. We have live Q&As in Zoom. We have Slack for asynchronous and continued discussion. And we recommend that you use that. I think it worked quite well in the first invited talk. Because we have more than 1,000 registrations and we cannot basically prevent that more than 1,000 people try to enter a Zoom meeting, but we only have a license for 1,000 people. And anyway, this is risky. We had to decide to split the audience between Zoom and YouTube. So if you have a free registration, it may be that you don't have access to Zoom. About 2/3 of the participants, maybe it's a bit different now, maybe it's about 3/4, have no access to Zoom at the moment. They only have access to YouTube for the plenary sessions. For the Q&As, we believe this will not happen. There will not be a Q&A with 1,000 participants. So this is all in Zoom. I hope you understand that, and I'm willing to take questions. We suggest that feedback, even if you are in Zoom, is entered in Slack so that it is archived there and one can follow up later. So we want to exploit more or less the possibilities that are there because of asynchronous and documented electronic discussion, right? We want to exploit this. At the same time, we want still to have the feeling of a conference where you can interact live. This is what we are trying, and it's a bit complicated, and I hope this will work out. I feel that there are some questions. Okay, I just look at the questions. Here's one by Tore Husfeld. How many people do we expect for the social meeting? Noting that even the hoi polloi who didn't pay full registration can attend. I don't know. What I plan to do in the social meeting is to split the group in smaller chunks so that they are in the order of 10 or maybe 20 or so. And if it doesn't work out, then it ends up in chaos. I think it's fine. I mean, as long as everyone brings a beer or a water and so on, I think we can have some fun. Right? We will partly split them randomly. Partly, I also think we can split them by nations a bit so that people can discuss about the specifics of, let's say, Danish coronaviruses, and others can discuss Austrian coronaviruses or so. So this is what we plan, and we have a bit of structure prepared. But of course, we have no example how to do that. This is a question about the social meeting. I think this is all for now, as far as I can see. So I continue with my presentation. What is my presentation? Well, it basically says that we have 4 tracks of ICALP, usually. 3 of them are track A. 1 is track B, and then we have 2 tracks of LICS. We have Q&A slots that cover in 1 hour 6 papers. I will tell you now a bit about how we think this will work. Well, the authors are supposed to be present in their Q&A, right? So they are asked to be there 5 minutes out of start. And at some point, they're given the floor. There's a kind of default order, but the session chair is free to deviate from that order, right? And once they're given the floor, they can share their screen and they can use a few minutes to very briefly summarize their findings. And then it's time to discuss the questions and give answers. Because it may happen that some presenter is not there because he has overslept or because the internet connection is bad, rescheduling may occur, and everyone should be prepared for that. So we don't have a fixed order in the slots. And if you as a presenter know that your internet connection is unstable, then you are suggested to make it stable, maybe by a redundant connection, right? Discussion is usually via Slack, but it will be mediated into the Zoom meetings where the presenters meet the audience, so to speak. The audience is supposed to have looked at the videos up front, participates in Zoom, and can interact in Slack, or if desired in Zoom. The problem with Zoom is that it does not leave a trace, because this is gone once we close the Zoom meeting, right? So Slack is actually preferred. And we have mechanisms that make sure that the Slack discussion is actually considered in the Zoom meeting. For that, there is a session chair that, as usual, manages the time budget of the entire slot, decides on the paper order, and there is a kind of background role of a moderator who mediates questions from Slack to Zoom, but this is not important for the audience. This should just work, kind of. There's also a backup session chair, by the way, who is there in case the session chair drops out because of a bad connection or something. All right, now this was a bit of technicalities. I hope this was okay for you. Now, it is actually time to turn to the videos. We have collected more than 100 hours of videos from, well, more than 200 presentations of 25 minutes each. And we notified the authors by the time we were asking for the videos that there would be a kind of best video awards. And there was an ad hoc committee looking at not all the 100 hours. So there was a kind of distributed mechanism that at the end then made us select best videos. And we were kind of trying to make sure that the special element that you have a kind of continuous visual and audio stream is somehow used by the authors, right? So that it's not just a very, very good presentation, but that it's also one that uses the fact that you have continuous signals, so to speak, on the voice and on the audio channel. So to start this, we have prepared a kind of best of collection of a few minutes where we have collated some nice videos. And I would now ask Felix to basically stream this. This will take a few minutes. And you can see what we have actually found in all these videos. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Now it should start.
This is a joint walk with Arnold Filzer and Matija Katz.
We walked down twice and up once. Therefore, we appended 2 opening and 1 closing parenthesis.
So here you can see the picture. Now I remove 1 nail. Picture falls down a little bit, but in the end it stays.
Although it might not make the stupid sound effect if you tried at home.
Hi, I am Liu Mingmo from Nanjing University.
To the best of my knowledge, this is even open for the class of finite domain constraint satisfaction problems.
What we do to obtain a semi-algebraic set that contains this cone is to simply take CT0 and make it
Let us define such problems.
Now, there's an important theorem by Bichy and Landweber. It says that if the winning condition is specified by omega regular language, then it's actually decidable whether a winning strategy for the controller exists.
I really don't know. These are just questions.
So many questions. I have to think about them. Ahoy, Emanuele.
Hey, how are you? What have you been doing all these years?
I think I have an answer to your question. I now know precisely which temporal CSPs are expressible in fixed point logic.
That's why they are given clocks. How does a clock look like? Well, it has a hand here, and when we let the time flow, the hand moves. The owner of the clock can measure time relative to the integer values written on the face of the clock.
Where else could we look for a similar mathematical dichotomy or that matches a complexity dichotomy? Structures that are infinite but omega categorical.
Speaking of games, our game for separability is very simple. As before, there is a timed input here. The actions of controller are very limited though. It can only play accept or reject symbols. Conceptually, he wants to prove that he knows a separator. To this end, he classifies the prefixes of the input word based on whether they belong to the read language or not.
Sorry, let me just bring my TV here.
Temporal CSPs that are preserved by min can be described as follows. A relation R over Q is preserved by min and all endomorphisms of Q if and only if R has a primitive positive definition over the strict order and a version of the and or precedent constraints with weak inequalities. Since expressibility in fixed point logic is preserved by primitive positive definability, it therefore suffices to present a fixed point formula for CSPs with constraints formed using these two relations only.
Thank you for your attention.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Felix. I think you can stop sharing your screen now. I hope you enjoyed it a bit. I liked a lot what I saw. It is now time to proceed to the Best Video Award for ICALP first. So we have one for ICALP and we have one for LICS. I have it here. I can show it like this, right? So this is the award, right? And I would like to ask Radoslav Piorakowski to get on stage here so that I can pass him the award. Okay, so he's there, Radoslav. This is your award. Congratulations, right? So I pass it now to you. Here it comes, right? This is.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Radoslav. I should say that the title of the paper is Time Games and Deterministic Separability by Lorenzo Clemente, Slavomir Lasota, and Radoslav. But you have seen him in this video. A lot of work has been put in there by himself, so I think he deserves the award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I am pleased and honored to receive the award. I must say that I think visually, and my hobby is to make presentations that reflect my way of seeing problems. And I'm really happy that this approach was recognized by the ICALP's committee, even though my presentation contained only trace amounts of mathematical notation. I would like to use this opportunity to thank my co-authors, Sławomir Lasota and Lorenzo Clemente, for the excellent collaboration on the results that I presented in my video. Thank you all again and have a fruitful time at the conference.
Fabulous. Yeah, so congratulations again. I should say also that this award comes with a small cash award that we could not send right away. We will send this afterwards. And the same is true for the LICS Best Video Award. For that, I would like to ask Manuel Budierski and Jakub Rydwal to come on stage to receive this award. So this is the award. I hope they are there somewhere.
Hello.
Ah, there they are. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Congratulations. This is your award. Shek comes next. So I pass it to you guys. All right. You have it. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Congratulations. I think great video. A lot of effort must have been put into this one. You must have had a crew of like 4 people, I think, to get this all done. I don't know. You want to tell a bit?
Yeah, we had some help. This is true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it tells a story basically, right?
It tells the story of how these results came together, and you know, there's the first part where I've been asked some questions and then worked on the problems together with Manuel. And
yeah.
With some liberty of interpretation, yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah, very nice. I think this is very nice to watch. Let me just say what it is. It's temporal constraint satisfaction problems and fixed point logics. Manuel Budierski, Vit Pakusa, and Jakub Rydwal, the 2 of which were appearing in the video, the former and the latter, basically. And this is F5A. The other one, the ICALP one, was D4D. And all the others that have been appearing in this video, I do think they receive honorable mention because they put some very nice ideas into stuff. So congratulations to those 2 who got the award, and thanks for everyone else for making an effort to produce a nice video. With that, let me continue my presentation. So what you have now seen is you have seen this and you have seen that. These are the 2 awards that we have been giving out. Now, what's next? Well, in about 20 minutes, there will be the first Q&A session. Then, as I say, there will be the invited talk at 3:30 Paris time or Berlin time. Another Q&A session, and then there will be at 6 o'clock, there will be the social meeting. I hope to see you all there. And then, of course, during the next days, right? So imagine how nice it could have been, but maybe at least this evening you have nice weather and we sit together with a glass of water and we have a kind of social meeting. If there are questions regarding the opening or regarding the organization, I'm happy to take them now. Otherwise, I would suggest any comments, anything I have forgotten, I don't know. Otherwise, I would suggest we have now 20 minutes break and then we embark on the first Q&A slots. There is a question, something is coming to me. Maybe it's a private comment, I don't know. Okay, it seems that there are some comments in Slack, but nothing that needs discussion. If you feel different, then please unmute your mic and shout. Okay. Good. I see you in one of the Q&As and the invited talk and the other Q&A, and then I see you for the social meeting. I look forward to that. Thanks a lot. I now stop sharing my screen and yeah, still I will be around for some time. Thanks. Let's have a nice conference.